Hello, 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 everyone. This is the freshest episode of Present Perfect Podcast. And today with me, I have Sabrina. Hi, Sabrina.
Hi, Xenia.
I am so happy to have you here. Sabrina is the organizational expert. How do you actually define yourself and present yourself usually? Marie Kondo expert, organizational expert, decluttering coach. How do you say this?
I would say I'm a more organization coach because I like to teach like how to do it, and then like the order will stay forever and not just a one piece and everything is organized, and then I go and then you're all by yourself and have no idea how to manage that in your
Yes,
life.
exactly. And I think this is a problem that everyone is facing, but especially, I guess, mostly women because they care more about the organizational space usually.
Yeah, I would say like most of my clients are women because I would more say they're more open to accept help from somebody when you're not good in something. Women are more open to accept that, and they're like, okay, why should I know how to do it? It's not in school. It's not like math that a teacher told you how to do it. Organization skills, you just have to adapt, and then you can also learn that.
Exactly. And I think there is also this misconception in the society that women just know somehow miraculously per definition how to run a household. And this is so wrong. And especially I think for me, because when I was a child, I grew up in a household where I didn't do things. And it actually was very bad for for the time when I moved out, because then I just didn't know how to do things properly, how to have it really organized. So I guess when you don't have a system, then you are constantly in this loop when you every day have to fight this invisible chaos, right?
Yes, that's true. That's true. And yeah, some people also like women, and when you're a mother, you're like, oh no, they have school, I'm gonna do it. Or they're not doing it perfectly as I want to have it. So you just clean up their rooms, but it's not your room.
Exactly. So you say it's just easier if I do it. They say it's just easier and faster if I do it, and then
Yeah.
you don't have the learning curve.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah.
And sometimes you have to hold your back, and we're like, okay, it's not my thing. It's not my opinion. It's only my opinion that I don't like it. But it's not my things. And it's also about like a lot of women tell, oh, my husband has so many things in our household and I want to get rid of everything. And I'm like, is it your thing or is it him? It's not yours. You can't decide when it's
Yes,
not
exactly.
your things.
I think it applies to all relationship. If it belongs to one person, you cannot rule or govern this piece. But Sabrina, I'm really curious. How did you come to this? What was your journey to coming to the organizational expertise?
I used to work in an insurance company for a very long time, and I always loved to organize things. Whenever I came into a new job, I'm like, okay, we need to organize this. There has to be a system. And
this is so me. This is so me too.
Yeah. And I was like, went to my clients, and I went to my also like my chef, and then was like, oh, okay, we need to adjust system. We need to bring in new organization, and I loved that to do. And then in 2019, I decided to also start my own business. So, and then I was like, what can I do? What do I really love to do? And I remember, oh, that's organization. That's what I want to do. And also like the before and after shows, I'm obsessed with that. I used to watch every series, like interior design. And then came this show, Marie Kondo, on Netflix. And I was like, oh my God, that's what I want to do.
You know, I was talking to many people about the podcast. I was saying, and I'm recording this then with these people. And I will also have the organizational expert, the Marie Kondo expert. And they say, Marie Kondo, yes, I know, of course. And that was both men and women. Everyone knew. Somehow it was so trendy or so maybe, penetrating to people back then when the show was running and when the book was released, that everyone, literally everyone whom I spoke to, they all know about it. I don't know if they all follow the rules that they read in the book, but do you also have the clients who come to you because of the Marie Kondo method, or are they also open to other methods? And
Yes, they usually tell me, "Oh, I read the book and then I had problems to really declutter. I started with my wardrobe and then I got into this point where I couldn't throw anything away." So I'm like, how should I do it? Like, how can I overcome this overwhelming situation? And that's when they come to me, and then we start the magic.
so how do you mentioned that the principle that you work with is that you do one-time organization, and then the clients need to maintain this organization. What are the main principles that you do when you come to the house and you say, now we organize to make your life easier?
Yes. First thing, like, is just a phone call. We get to know each other, and we were talking about the problems that you're facing, and then we decide on which part we can just start. Like for example, one office or one kitchen or one wardrobe, just one piece, and it can't be the whole flat. It's just too much. And then we decide what you like to do and what's the most painful place in your home. And then we have this meet up in your house, and it usually takes 3 or 4 hours when we meet the first time. And then we start and we take everything out, and then we start to decide what you want to keep and what you're going to get rid of. I also do the donation part because everyone knows you're like, okay, I don't need that. Where should I put it? So I just put it in a basement. It stays for 2 years.
Exactly, the storage space. I think this is, for many people, the point where people really get into arguments. Because usually in a household there is somebody who is hoarding and hoarding and hoarding. That's kind of me, unfortunately, but I admit this. What do you think are kind of the most popular ways how people clutter their homes?
They just buy too much because it's always accessible, and you can order 24 hours and the next day it comes. And sometimes I have clients, they don't even know what they ordered, and they get the package and we're like, okay, what's inside? What did I do? And yeah, sometimes they just collect also boxes, and they didn't even open it, and they didn't return it, so it just stays in their home, and it gets even more and more and more.
So it comes from this impulsive shopping, right?
Yes.
Yeah. But is it also the things that you would say valuable, or the cheap things you get from Temu or Chinese shops? You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I wouldn't say it. It's all kind of stuff, because yeah, it's accessible. You see it, you love it, and you're just gonna order it. And so the next day it will be in your house, and then, oh, do I really need those inline skates who looked really nice on Instagram, but I never
or that shark,
it.
or that pillow that looks like a shark, or
Exactly. It's just a one-time piece, and then you're like, oh yeah, maybe it fits in this place. Okay, I just put it in the office room, maybe, or I just put it in a basement. And then, but whenever you see these items, it makes you unhappy, because you're like, oh, I bought this. I spent money on that item, and I don't really use it.
But do you think people continue after working with you? Do they continue those impulsive shoppings?
No, because I give so many tips to not doing that. For example, like the first rule is wait 72 hours before you order something. 72 hours. That's the main thing. Like, because you see so much. You're like, you see all this those marketing pros, they're everywhere. You see an advert in the main station. You see so many adverts when you're watching Disney or Netflix or Instagram, and you're like, oh, I need that. Oh, that looks really nice. Or also in the newspaper, where everywhere is something that you want to have it.
I know. And sometimes it's not even about usefulness or solving any type of real problem, but about emotional things like, I don't know, little something that looks cute, you know?
Yes.
Cute but not functional.
Yeah.
How do you go about this? Because maybe it sparks a bit of joy because it's looking cute, but not functional.
If you still love it, then it's great. I mean, it can be a decoration thing and you love it forever or for a couple of years. And then, but yeah, I wouldn't say you have to go minimalism and just you need to get rid of everything. I never say that. And that's also a big thing because you got so many rejections from your friends, your family. You heard it so many times when you are a client of mine. Oh, get rid of that. Just throw everything away. Just do that. Just do this. And you got so many recommendations how to do it. And I'm like, no. You can decide in your time. And that's what really makes a change in your mind and nothing else.
I see. So you need to listen to yourself, what this thing means to you personally.
Yes.
So what are some hacks that you would practice when you have a space that's not too big, but you want to have a lot of things in there, but in organized order?
There are always pro tips, like you can buy like boxes or something, and you don't have to store everything in your kitchen, for example. In Switzerland, we have fondue and raclette.
Yeah.
I would say usually you eat like 3 times a year a raclette, and then you don't have to store your raclette in your kitchen. And it gives you space.
What are the other things that really impact if you have organization versus chaos?
I think chaos means when it gets distracting. You know, you come home and I'm like, oh my God, that's a spot I need to organize. This is still here. And I have this box and it stays there forever. and also like you can't find your things. I mean, not about like keys or a phone or something. And you're still always so disorganized that you're like looking for everything, and you get problems with paying your bills, and that's the stage where you're really overwhelmed with things, and then you should start to really organize your belongings.
What would you say? What is the tip you would give to somebody who is asking for it? Like, for example, for people who, as you said, never can find the thing that they are looking for. How? Why? What to do with this?
The golden rule of order is just like everything has its spot. You need to find a spot for your keys. For like in 90%, I just say in 90%, your key has to go to this spot near your entrance area, and that's the thing. I mean, obviously, there is always a 10% when you come in and then you get a call and they're like, overwhelmed. Okay, wherever. I put it on the kitchen table. But I know I can bring it back. And in 90%, it's there. And I don't lose time when I want to leave the home. I know where it is. So that's good.
I also know this other rule that whenever you have something in your hands, and you are bringing it from A to B, you always need to put it in the right place. So to put it back in the right place, as you were saying, the place where it belongs. But do you have the tips on how to create this discipline to do it? Because, I mean, I understand that, you know, if I'm holding a pen, it needs to go to the mug where I have all of my pens. It is not supposed to keep on laying on the table when I finished. I know it's not supposed to be there. But how do I create this discipline that my hand does this thing without me? Well, I guess for some time anyways, when you're creating a new habit, you have to go through this period where you're consciously saying, no, 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 no. We are not putting it down here. We are putting it in there.
Yes. For myself, I don't have this discipline. I'm not good in it.
No.
I know this rule. Don't put it down, put it away.
So you would say you should never give up, but just keep on looking for your thing, for your way.
Yeah, for your way.
Okay.
And there is always a way. You just need to find it. And that's why I'm here to give your solution tips, and then you can choose from this. Because when you push someone to do it, I'm like, obviously, your parents always told you, tidy up your room. And then you're like, no way, I just want to go out and I want to play football instead. No way, I'm not tidying up. I hate it. And that's also like really bad influence for you, for your parents to always remind you, I need to tidy up. It's a negative thing to do.
Because then you get a feeling that tidying up, you connect it with something negative.
Yes. I always set the timer. Mm-hmm. And that's also what I do with my family. I'm like, okay, this home is a chaos. Let's just make it 10 minutes. Everybody is on the go. And then we're doing it together, turn on good music, and then just do it 10 minutes. And I always set the goal, and it has nothing to do with tidying. Like, for example, I tell my family we like to go out to do things outdoors. So I say, okay, in 10 minutes we can go out, but we need to do that before because we want to come back to a tidy place. And then we can maybe watch movies afterwards. And then everybody is more motivated to do that because it's only 10 minutes. And 10 minutes. In 10 minutes, you can do so much.
Actually, now I'm curious. Would you say that different people have different issues, or like 90% of the people have the same issues with organization?
No, I think it's personal. Everyone struggles with something else, I would say. Yeah, it's not always... A lot of Swiss people, they like to hide things behind the closet, and it looks really tidy in the first look when you come to their house, and then they open like the drawer or the wardrobe, and like, okay, you can't watch me because everything falls out. Yeah, I think that's the most common Swiss thing, I would say. And on the outside, it just looks perfect, and all your friends tell you, oh my God, it's always so clean. Yeah, but I see the behind.
Yeah, you see the behind the scenes.
Yes. And it's not always like that. They have too much pushed in one space.
Yeah, I think I actually suffer also from that. I think I have too many things in the closet just, next to each other, compressed to the extent that it's difficult to get in when you try to get something out. And in the kitchen, the cooking pans, one on top of another, so many of them, that sometimes I block the space.
Yeah. And it's so annoying. Yes. And then you think about, how can I use more storage? I need more storage.
Exactly. I always think we need more storage.
No, that's the most common mistake. The most common mistake. It's not about another storage solution. No.
So it is getting rid of the things that I don't use.
Yes, you got it. You got it.
Is there a way how to make it less, kind of put less emotion into it, because I'm so, not willing to take it away or put it away somewhere or get rid of it?
Yes, start with something you're not really attached with and train yourself, train your decision. I in Swiss German, I say it's also a muscle, and you have to train your deciding muscle. And then you can decide. And when you, for example, start with socks, it's I would say for 99% of the people, it's not emotional about socks. You can just look at whole, not whole. Do I use it? Is it too small? Is it uncomfortable? Do I only have one?
Exactly. I have so many orphans. I don't know where is their other half.
Yes, exactly. Just get rid of it. Like, and then you
Okay.
have like the half
Just
of them.
abandon the hope and get rid of it.
Yeah. You
Yeah,
will
better
never
this
find
way.
it. You will never
I
find
will
it.
never
So,
find
no,
it. No. What are the most unpractical things you see in people's homes?
Usually in the kitchen. They have avocado peeler, ananas, pineapple, slicer, egg, whatever. It's just like, why? Or a special knife for this and this and this and this. And but they're complaining about not having space in the kitchen. I'm like, why do you have so many special things for everything? And also, like, it helps when you travel and you don't miss it. And then you come home and you can get rid of things after you come home.
This is actually a great tip. So everyone listen, if you need to declutter your home, go on holidays, go on vacation. This is the advice.
Yes.
And it's working one.
Yeah. And then you find it in the Airbnb, there is no avocado slicer or pineapple thing. And you're like, okay, I can still cut my pineapple.
And not even this device, to crack the egg.
Yeah.
What's your opinion about renting things versus buying them?
I love that.
You love renting?
Yes. Or
what-
ask a friend.
Okay.
It's always nice to just lend things. You don't need to have everything.
I think so too. It just came to my mind, that if I need that cable, I'm still thinking of the cables example.
Yes. I mean, just WhatsApp status, and then you can. I'm sure you will find someone that still have the iPod plug-in thing that you need. And it's always, I mean, then your friend comes over and you have a really nice evening.
You even have a social experience then
Yes,
too.
exactly. And you don't need everything.
Yeah, exactly. And in terms of the interiors or the furniture pieces, or something that is, not an item that people buy, but that is kind of fixed in the apartments. Do you have something that you say is a mistake?
No, not really.
But now I'm also thinking, what about the things that do have some emotional value, that have some history? Let's say the pictures that you drew when you were a child.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you don't want to rewatch your childhood pictures or like your drawings every year, but you still kind of want to keep it because, maybe one day you will show it to grandchildren or something like this. So there is something that you want to keep, or maybe your textbooks from school, they're not useful. You're not going to look at it ever again yourself. But for some reason, you feel like it's like a piece of history, historical, some reference or value. What do you do with this?
I mean, Marie Kondo also suggests like it's the last part that you pay attention after the whole journey of decluttering. And it's about the emotional thing. I mean, obviously, you're attached to your drawings and every time when you look at it, it comes memories and like about school and how it was. And it's very emotional. And I would suggest everyone needs a memory box.
Actually, coming back to the home organization, I am curious. How do you perceive an ideal balanced home? So not too perfect, not too minimalistic, not like, a bachelor living there with just one knife, one spoon, one fork, but a balanced one, like a balance between comfort and practicality. Do you have an image, or what would be the ideal vision?
I have, whenever I come to a home, I always have a vision, but it's my vision, and maybe it's not the vision from my client. And I always ask them, like, close your eyes, and what makes you happy about a home? Tell me about it. What makes you comfort? What makes you cozy? What makes you happy? And then they tell me about their vision, and then we need to bring this vision to their home and what they really like. And then you also like to invest the time that you need for decluttering, and then also like to have this order, and the order needs to stay. And then you also want to, and you have this desire, it has to stay forever like that, because that was my vision, how I like.
Also
to
because
have
you
it.
saw how it can be. So you saw how perfect it can be. So you already know this is real. You can achieve this.
Yes, exactly. And it doesn't have to look like in IKEA when you saw the furniture and then you bought it. It doesn't have to be like that, or it doesn't have to be Instagrammable or something like that. Because on Instagram, we see so many homes and they're like, oh my God, that looks perfect. I want that. But you never see the behind.
All the wallpapers with the prints.
Yeah, or you never see the behind the camera. What they put behind the camera, you never see that.
But talking about this happiness and generally the influence of organized home to our well-being, do you think it is similar to all people, that everyone feels better when it is decluttered and organized, or it's, let's say, some people appreciate it and some people just don't care, as if it is invisible to them?
I always make this example. When you rent a really nice Airbnb in Scandinavia, I mean, obviously perfect. Oh, it looks cozy. And it's just like, yeah, imagine this picture.
I imagine, I'm already dreaming about it.
Yes, yeah. And then you're like, oh, okay. And then you go inside and put your bags there and you're like, oh my God, that feels so great. And it has lots of space and it has air and I feel comfortable. I can think about things. She's like, I can lie on the couch. I can watch TV. I can make myself a cup of tea and everything is accessible. And that feels great. And that has to be your home too. Your home has to be the comfort zone, not the stress.
What do you think Scandinavians or Japanese know what we don't know? Or what
Less is more.
Less is more, yes.
Yeah, because obviously it's just less. It doesn't have to be. Usually people think, oh, less is more is about minimalism.
Yes.
And I wouldn't say that. I would say just you need everything what makes you feel comfortable. If you, I mean, for example, it's obviously nice when you have a candle on the table. When you have a dinner or something, it looks just more comfortable. And when you have flowers on the table, it just looks great. And everyone is like, oh my God, that looks very, very good. So, and have a nice vase or something makes you really happy. And not, that's not about minimalism. And a lot of people have problems when they get a gift and they should get rid of the gift.
It's
because
a
it was a
topic.
present. It was a present. And then it always comes this excuse. But it was a present from my mother-in-law. And I don't like it. It's not my cup of tea. It's just like, oh, it's not my style. It's not whatever. It's not my taste.
Would you say in Switzerland it is appropriate then to get rid of the unwanted gift, or what do you do with the unwanted gifts so that you don't feel so guilty, or that it is, appropriate way to deal with it?
Yes. I always suggest just you have the allowance to get rid of.
You are basically saying we should not feel guilty if we don't like the gift. We should not be keeping them, but we can donate them or give to someone else.
Yes, exactly.
But with the donation centers, how does it work in Switzerland?
You can bring almost everything, not the big parts. You always have to ask first if you want to donate, for example, a couch or a big wardrobe. But yeah, usually you find a place where you can bring, or you can still ask. And in Zurich, for example, you can also just put it outside sometimes and people are happy, or you have a table in your apartment building where you can donate things. Or ask a friend. And it's also possible, like, there are a lot of Facebook. I would say nobody uses Facebook anymore in our age, but there are Facebook groups where you can just donate things. And it's a nice way to get rid of things that still has I mean, usually it's not really, it's just that you don't want to keep it, but it's not broken. And then you can still make somebody else happy with that.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, it makes complete sense that, if you have an object that can be useful for someone else, it's just a kind of act of kindness.
Yeah. Or you can bring it to your office when you work and somebody will take it and will be happy. So, donation is always better than throwing away. That's obviously, I guess.
I'm also curious on another thing. How would you say decluttering houses in Zurich is different from other places? Or if there is any difference? Is there something specific to people in Zurich or houses in Zurich that is more common for them than for the others?
I think usually the houses are more tidy than in other countries. Yes.
I am sure of that, actually.
Yeah, I would say that. So it's some people, when I started my own business, a lot of people was like, oh, but are you going to hoarder homes or are you going to help messy syndromes? And I'm like, no, that's not the client I'm looking for. I'm more for the mothers who are really overwhelmed with their homes and have no time for themselves and just like, oh my God, I just want to burn my house to the ground. Just like, oh God, then I'm free. That's where I like to help. And that's more my client. And I would say, for example, when I used to live in Canada, the homes are just, they're usually more, they have more stuff in it. They have more things, I would say.
So you're also basically helping with anti-consumerism. So kind of for people to get the mindset to consume less.
Yes. And spend more quality time instead. Just organize, like just put your time that you use to do online shopping instead of making memories with your family.
I think it's a great point. Sabrina, what would be one thing if you could just give one message to the listeners, only one? How they can have a better life, better systems in the life. What would that be?
Yeah, I would say less is more. And just spend your time in making memories instead. And that's what, at the end of the day, at the end of life, you always think about the memories and not about an iPhone that you bought in 2025.
Thank you so much, Sabrina.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It was so nice to have you.
Same. Well, for me, absolute pleasure.
Thank you. Great.